So this is a 2008 Sprite Alpine 2, just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, you've got your hitch, jockey wheel and handbrake, and lead to plug into the car. This is something we'll go through in person here on site. In the front of the van, you've got your 2 gas bottle tie downs, and you've also got your gas regulator at the top, which we'll go through a bit more detail when you're here on site. You've got your wind down leg on each corner of the van down the bottom here, so that's your wind down leg. You've got your water pump connection above, so the water pump itself will be inside the caravan. I want to run and get that. So in the sink of the van, as you can see, you've got your pump there. So with the connection for the pump, or the pickup pipe should I say, for the water system, it's got cutouts on either side at the bottom of it. And as you'll see, it's got cutouts in the fitment on the side of the van. Push it into place and it will lock in the side of the van. The filter end then drops into the act roll itself. And the rest of the water system will go through on the inside of the van and talk you through how that operates. Next cover along is the Truma heating vent. Gas flow should I say, so you need to remove this cover if you're going to run the caravan on gas at any point. That's the heating and hot water systems. Got your mains hookup lead coming into the side of the caravan that connects to the power source on site. You've got your motor mover power switch behind there, and also your battery leads coming to the battery itself and to the van. This again something we'll go through here on site. Then got the motor mover, which again we go through here on site in person. We talk the wheel nuts while you're here on site also. Above that you've got the fridge vents, so the fridge vents above are for the heating system, for the fridge system, so it lets any hot air out the back of the fridge, essentially. Then got your grey waste pipes which come out the side of the van. So the grey waste pipes, where the water goes in at the front of the van, has to come out somewhere, and it comes out the grey pipes down the side of the van just here. Toilet flush tank takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid, and then below that you've got your toilet cassette, which you'll release by pulling up the orange handle and pulling it towards you. In here, before you use it, you'll need to put 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid, and on the yellow button at the back you've got your pressure relief button when you are tipping the waste away. Back of the van, you've got your wind down legs on either side of the van at the rear. Again, this is something we'll walk you through when you're here on site. Down the door side of the van, no lockers on this side, you've just got your wind down leg at the side at the front, your motor mover and wheel nuts. So I'm going to take you through the inside of the van now. Fairly straightforward van to use. As you come in the door, on the left hand side you've got your power switches. So to turn on the van, you'll press the power button just here. Oh, let me press that again. And as you can see, it's illuminated red now on the caravan, which means we've got power coming into the caravan, and the battery system's charging at 14.9 volts, and it's indicating to me here on the left hand side that we've got power coming into the caravan. If you're connected to the car and you're towing down the road, you'll need to press the button here, which at the moment won't do anything, but when you're connected to a car, it'll allow you to turn this on so you have power coming from the car to the caravan. There we go. Now we're back on that. Button here on the right hand side is your water pump run, and I'll come back to that in a second. So before you fill it or try and fill the water system at all, you'll have to come underneath the seat on the far side of the caravan at the front. And below the seat, you'll find your yellow drain down valve. So your yellow drain down valve, as you can see, is currently parallel with the floor, and this is the fill position for the water system. If I lifted this valve up right and pointed it towards the bottom of the seat, it would actually drain all of the water out of the system on board the caravan. So when you're filling it, you need to make sure it's parallel with the floor. Once you've got the water pump connected on the outside of the van, you can then come over to the control panel by the door and press the water pump run. Before you do that, ignore me. Before you do that, we'll need to come around to each of the taps and open them up on the hot side. So you can open them up on the hot side there. As you can see, there's already a bit of water in the system. That's every tap on the caravan, so that's the sink and the shower in the bathroom also. Once you've got that turned on, or once you've got the taps open, you can turn on the water pump run here, and as you can see, the water will start coming through the taps. Now when it's running continuously, you'll be able to turn each of these taps off. Obviously I haven't got an aqua roll connected at the moment, so you're not going to see the water system completely full, but once the water system is completely full, the water will run continuously. While it's spitting and splattering as it is now, you'd leave all of the taps open until the air is completely out of the system. So we'll turn that off for now so it's not trying to fill it with no water connected. I can turn the pump off. But once you've got the water system full, you'll be able to go to the heating and hot water for the caravan. So to warm the water on electric, down on the left hand side, underneath the seating on the left hand side of the van, you'll have 3 switches below the seat. You'll have a space heater, which you can leave on at all times, water heater, which we advise you only turn on when you've got the water system completely full, and on the end you've got your battery charger, which again we advise you leave on at all times. Above that you've got your 240 trip switches. So with the water heater, once you've got the water system full and you want to run it on electric, you'll come inside, flick the switch down, and it'll warm up to a preset temperature of around 35 to 40 degrees of water temperature. For now I'm going to turn that back off just so it's not trying to warm up. But as you can see, the little cupboard on the end is just behind the door just there. If you want to warm the water system up on gas, you can also do that by coming to the control panel. You can spin the dial. This one here, the Ultra Store, is also known as a water store. You spin the dial round to the flame symbol. As you can see, you've got a green light here. When the green light appears, the gas system has ignited. In a moment it will fail again, so because the gas bottle's turned off at the moment, as you can see, a red light has now appeared to let me know it's failed to ignite. If it has ignited, the green light will stay lit, and you can control the temperature between 30 and 70 degrees of water temperature. The higher you go, the hotter the water temperature will be. To turn off the gas supplied to the water heater, just spin the dial back round to the off position. Now, depending on, the next thing we go to is the heating on board the caravan. Now, depending on what caravan site you're on, you'll have either 500, 1000 or 2000 watts of power available from that site. Here on site, we can only run 500 watts, so we can spin the dial around to 500 watts. And as you can see, the green light has appeared to tell me the heater has started to warm up. You can control the temperature on the heater between 1 and 9. If you're on a site with more power available, obviously you'll turn the dial on the outside to the most relevant power source. If you want to ignite the gas system, or the heater on gas, you'll spin the dial round on top of the heater, hold down the gas valve and hit the igniter, at the same time as holding down the gas valve. And once it has ignited, you'll get a pilot light in the window down below, at around a 45-degree angle. Once it has ignited, you'll hold down the gas valve, still for 5 to 10 seconds after it's ignited, then slowly release the gas valve. Once it's ignited, you can control the temperature of the heater on gas on the dial on top. If you want to use blown air, so essentially so the heat comes out the vents around the caravan, you can do that by using the switch just here. Now the dot in the centre here indicates that the heat is going to come out the front of the heater itself. And if you want it on blown air, so the vents, so it blows out the vents around the caravan, you'll put it onto blown air just here. And as you can see, when you're in the van, you'll be able to see the air is now coming out the vents around the van. And when it's warmed up, that'll be the warm air also. You can control the fan speed on the dial on top. That's continuous blown air with the wave symbol. And if you want it on automatic blown air, so it cuts in and out with the thermostat, you can put it onto the A on the right hand side. I'm going to go to the fridge next. Fridge, very simple to use. You've got power on. So at the moment the fridge is trying to ignite on gas, and the pilot light for the gas system is the blue light at the bottom. For any reason that is flashing and you've got it on gas, it has failed to ignite. So what you do is essentially check the gas bottle is turned on, or go to the hob and bleed the gas through on the hob, because the hob is the last point on the gas system. So once you've got gas to there, you should have gas to every other component on the caravan. If you're on gas or mains, you can control the temperature on the gas by using, or the electric by using the button on the right hand side. To change power source, you can press the button on the left hand side, and as you can see, we've now gone to 240 mains, and again, as I said, you'll use temperature control on the right hand side. And if you're towing down the road and you connect it to the car, you flick the switch you press the switch up by the door, the one with the car symbol on the left hand side, and then you turn the fridge on to 12 volt, because what that will do is allow you to use the fridge as a cool box, so the temperature control at that point is completely redundant. You can turn the fridge back off by pressing and holding the power button, and as you can see, that has turned the fridge back off. The hob and cooker and grill all works the same as a household device. with the igniter on the front, as you'd expect to see. The last thing we're going to go through on this particular caravan is the toilet system in the rear of the van. On the back of the van you have a toilet pump for the flush system, so once you fill the tank on the outside, you'll be able to pump flush the toilet on top. You've got a full indicator light just here, which indicates that the cassette is full when that illuminates. And at the bottom of the toilet, just here, you've got your waste handle. So what that allows to do is, as you can see, the waste pipe is currently shut. And then when I pull this handle across, it opens up the waste cassette itself. If you have any further questions on the Sprite Alpine 2, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company and we'd be more than happy to help. Thank you very much. Bye bye.